been a minute since I've recorded. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I hope you've missed me. My ring light was looking at me from under my desk like the Green Goblin mask, so I kind of had to do it some justice and throw it back on camera. My academic year has slowed down significantly, so maybe you can expect a couple more videos, but I got no guarantees for you. I'd like to make note, I'm wearing my favorite shirt ever. Shout out to my boy Vinny Dog for the Christmas gift. It's beautiful. Title of the video wasn't clickbait. Not that it could work as clickbait, because why would you click on this video of all things? But I do have a lot of predictions for that game, and they've been mounting as we've gotten more into 2025. That game is set to come out before September of this year, and that's about a decade of anticipation in the making. You've got a lot of hype generated around this game. My theory is that GTA 6 will go in one of three directions. One, it will be the game everybody is hoping for, and it will be an absolute masterpiece, raking in millions and millions of dollars. Two, it will be kind of mediocre. Like, it'll be good for some, but bad for others, and it'll still rake in millions of dollars on pre-orders, because I think that's kind of inevitable. Or three, it will rake in millions on pre-orders and turn out nothing like people wanted, full of bugs and glitches, and realistically not anything anybody wants to play. The theory I'm most aligned with is good old number two. And that's largely because I think the anticipation you built around this game, I don't think it can be fulfilled. And I think more and more people are going to start realizing that the closer we get to the deadline when GTA 6 actually drops. But you've built up hype around this game for well over a decade.
When I'm not streaming, I'm going to be busting nuts in that strip club every night for the first week that GTA 6 drops.
You know, people were waiting for GTA 6 to drop in like 2016. People were already on that shit, but GTA 5 has just seen a ton of live support throughout it for the past 12 years now. And generally, hype for a game is good, but I feel like there's a point where you get too much hype, and I think that is the cursed situation of GTA 6. GTA 5 was very undoubtedly a huge point of culture in the mid-2010s. Like, you had tons of YouTubers, almost every YouTuber on the block was covering this game and just doing silly shit with it, and that has continued. Like, consistently, GTA 5 videos are getting tons and tons of views, and it's got a huge community around it. Like, even if you're not too in the loop on that game, it's still getting tons and tons of live support. And with that live support comes a lot of important updates. Like, maybe it was a year or two ago that they added a tuner update, which gave the cars in the game basically an overhaul. You can customize everything down to the color of the engine block or what type of sparring you use. It's insane, the detail in that game. And I think this is one of the reasons that it's kind of doomed to fail, because you're opening with a game on launch that is going to have a lot more features than the last one, which is good, but every live support update you make on GTA 6 is going to be expected to bring something new and fresh. And maybe it's out of fear of content running out, but I think there's only so much you can do without overwhelming your player base. Additionally, again, if you're not in the loop on Rockstar, you may not know this, but I think Rockstar a year or two ago, again, I don't really know, acquired CFX.re, which is the major role-playing server host platform for GTA 5. And my theory, as well as a bunch of others, is that they're going to try to integrate, you know, mechanics from CFX.re and details from the role-playing servers that give it the life that GTA kind of lacks. But with that comes a flaw in itself inherently. You're releasing a game over a decade later with a lot less of the simplicity that you had when GTA 5 dropped. GTA 5 dropped and it did well because it was already a name brand and you could already rely on their games being good. But now you're dropping GTA 6 with a lot of anticipation, and again, every GTA game in the past is people have enjoyed, whether you're not the biggest fan of one or the other, people have enjoyed the GTA games. But now you're dropping one that's really, really rocky, because you're in a time of gaming where people are branching out to different indie titles and to different gaming spaces. They don't need to wait for the next big double or triple A game to come out, because that essentially was the late 2000s and the early 2010s. Again, I was a shit-eating child then, but I still understood what was going on. A lot of people were waiting for the next Call of Duty to drop. A lot of people were waiting for the next Assassin's Creed game. A lot of people were waiting for the next big title that would define the next couple years of gaming and kind of move the gaming industry forward. Now you're working with a bunch of people who are now on Steam playing a bunch of indies that cost like $6 or $7. And indie games and studios in themselves right now are making a huge wave. With the AAA gaming space kind of shitting the bed, a lot of like indie studios are way on the rise and getting a lot more notoriety than you think. The game Mouthwashing was pretty popular on Steam last year, and it did really, really well. A ton of people bought it, and a ton of people were drawing it and discussing the lore around it, and it built a pretty effective community and fan base for itself over the time that it was released and popular. So the consumer base isn't really relying too much on games like GTA in itself. One risk of launching GTA is if you don't fulfill a lot of expectations, they can be fulfilled otherwise. And another component of that, back to the complexity of things, is you're throwing a game that doesn't have the same simplicity that a game in 2013 had. You know, you dropped GTA and there were only so many things to do. People were uploading videos on it and telling you all the fun glitches you can do, talking about all the meta. Sorry, my hair is bugging me. I don't know if you can tell, but it's gotten a bit longer since my December video. My hair growth is immaculate, but it's a curse. How to make the most money and the newest updates with the newest heist and the newest thing to be doing, and that's still relevant with GTA 5 today. Like I play the game, and I have some friends who play the game way more than me, so I'm not as educated on this subject as I should be. Probably should have thrown that as a disclaimer in the beginning. But GTA 5 is getting a lot of live support updates. They got one coming out in like a week that's pretty cool. They're adding in an AC-130 with guns instead of the cargo variant that they have now, and like some cool other shit, like a new hangar to buy, like new things to work towards. And GTA 6 will likely launch with a lot of features that have come to GTA 5 with updates over the year. But you might be scaring off a lot of your main consumer base. A lot of the main consumer base is probably just people who wanted to hop on a game after a day, you know, play, fuck around in online lobbies, do some of that stupid shit that GTA 5 is really and truly known for. But you know, now you could be throwing everything into the mix. With the shit that the roleplay introduces, you can do cop roleplay now. You know, an acorn hits the ground, I can go insane on the car next to me, and then I can call in backup. You know, hey, he's reaching. He's reaching. What? Bam. Traffic stop completed. You know, you don't really know what you're gonna get. And I fear that the complexity of GTA 6, it's gonna be great for me. Let me just say that right now. I'm gonna love that game. I'm gonna have so many fun things to do, and a lot of things that I have gone to CFXRE for. Like I play a lot of DOJ servers, and I really enjoy that. So as long as it has fixes for what I currently don't like about GTA, like I don't like the clothing mechanics. Some clothing you can't layer over others, and it just kind of fucks up outfits. You can only wear necklaces with like a total of 2 shirts. Like there's very limited things you can do with clothing and outfits in that game that I'd like to be able to do more with. And assuming that they fix all these errors, it will be great for somebody like me, like a fan of an in-depth game. You can't see my hand movement. That's like a signature thing I'm doing. I don't know what's off with my camera angle, but like for like a person who loves in-depth games and a lot of like creativity and just being able to do whatever the fuck I want, like it's basically going to be a life simulator for the online mode, I predict. And I'm gonna love that. But a lot of people who might just want simpler mechanics and might not want to sit down and watch a bunch of videos and learn the game like that, you might not have that audience anymore. Another huge thing they're culminating is this audience ready to spend $100 on the deluxe edition and get it day of, or like day before, or something like that. If those people buy that game and they're disappointed even slightly, they might just call back to GTA 5. And the press on the release day is going to be vital to that game's longevity and success. Like if you have shit press on that day when that game drops, people are just gonna flock back to GTA 5. And that situation has happened with a couple other games in the past, like City Skylines 2 shit the bed with that for a while. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, a lot of people just went back to 2020. I didn't really do either. Just kind of left that scene entirely. Kerbal Space Program also did that, and it disappointed people so much that some of the biggest names in that space just stuck to playing the first one. And I don't think the same thing is going to necessarily happen with, you know, this multi-billion dollar game. I don't think it can shit the bed that hard. I think there's a ceiling of failure. There's only so low you can really go with failing with a game of this size and this title. I think if people don't like it, you're gonna kind of divide your community half and half between those games. And that could be good. That could be a benefit for you. You could have one really in-depth game, and then you could have one really stupid, you know, classic GTA 5. You just fuck around, keep the servers active. But everything for GTA 6 really hinges on the moves that Rockstar is going to make after releasing it, and the moves that they've already made. They spent a decade and 2 years, decade and some change, building this game. So everybody is on the edge of their seats wondering, one, have you been working on it this entire, you know, 12 years that you've been cooking up this game, allegedly? And two, what has taken so long? Because, again, another thing to consider is system requirements. A lot of people are still on PS4, and a lot of people are still on, you know, Xbox One, and they might not be able to upgrade to this new thing. Plus, I don't think my shit ass of a computer could handle it anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to play this new game. For it to live up to the expectations it set, it has to be the impossibly perfect title. It has to have great optimization to run on lower class consoles when that's very much a fading industry standard. It's got to have great size, which is a gone industry standard. Thank you Call of Duty, and thank you Fortnite for 20 gigabyte updates every time I try to open the game. It has to hold up to beautiful graphic standards, which GTA 5 didn't really have, but a lot of people are expecting that, especially after that trailer. And it's got to have a lot of in-depth gameplay, because again, if you're one of those simplicity fans, you'll enjoy it if it's fine. But if you're somebody who's gotten into the CFXRE community and you've spent a lot of time on GTA roleplay servers, you're getting all this in-depth experience. If GTA 6 doesn't have that, you are effectively not moving to GTA 6 because you won't be able to do the same thing. CFXRE was initially like community made, like it wasn't made by Rockstar, it was bought out by Rockstar. So CFX put a lot of time and effort into crafting a kind of a platform, and people crafted their own servers and their own mods for it, and people made it the way they wanted it to be. But now the state of the game that they love so much is in the hands of Rockstar. You're expecting this big company that, quite frankly, all companies are money greedy, so this big money greedy company to do exactly what you want, which I don't think is going to be the case. A lot of people seem to have this high held expectation for GTA 6, and I'm not going to count myself out as a victim. If it sucks, I'll taste it too. Like, I'm going to be buying this game whether I like it or not, whether my bank account likes it or not, and whether if it drops in September, I'm going to be fighting college at the same time for it. So I don't really know how that's going to go, but regardless, I'm going to buy this game. So it has to live up to my expectations personally. What I want from GTA is an in-depth game with everything that GTA 5 has, plus some of the shit that CFX already has. I want more ergonomic menus that are a bit easier to navigate, because fuck the menus in GTA 5, they fucking suck. I want some more clothing options instead of the terrible ones we have, because I had to do a bunch of outfit glitches, to get what I really wanted. And I just want a gameplay experience that is overall more smooth and better than the ones we have in GTA 5. So my expectations, I don't know if they're going to be met. I don't think any one person's expectations are going to be met, but especially the collective are not going to reach what they want here. You're not going to be able to give the masses what they think they deserve here, and I think that is why GTA 6 is inherently doomed to fail. I probably missed a ton of points on that, but I just wanted to come on here and ramble a little bit. My academic year has calmed way the fuck down, so maybe you can expect to see me more when I'm cooking up ideas on my spare with my dog Marcus. And yeah, I got a new gaming chair, by the way, so setup has been improved, and I'm no longer giving myself back pain when I'm trying to record or game, frankly. Trying to do anything in that old office chair did kill me, but she had charm on her way out. A lot of things have happened since the last video, but I did get a new car, for those of you wondering, because my old one blew up and I had to deal with that. But with my new chariot, I usher in a new era of my channel. I've only had 3 videos on this channel before. What am I talking about? But just expect to see a little bit more of me. I hope you enjoyed this kind of callback, and I know that a large majority of this audience is just my friends. I know you know who you are, and I know who you are. And I know that a large majority of the people watching my videos are just people I already talked to, but you know, if you're new, subscribe and just stick around. I just yap at a camera for 20 minutes, and then I spent a lot of time trying to make it really, really, really funny in post-production. That'll be all for channel 69, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that is. Bye.